Hi fellow crafters. In today's video I'm going to use the super cute Happy Hedgehogs stamp set to create a window card, but this window card technique has a surprise inside. I'm also going to be using the beautiful Daffodil Afternoon Designer Series paper, which you can earn for free. I'll tell you more about that in a few minutes. Shall we get started? Hey everyone, I'm Terri from nutsaboutsstamping.com. I love sharing techniques and project ideas for rubber stamping, scrapbooking, and paper crafting with you each week. Be sure to hit that red subscribe button and the bell beside it so that you'll be the first to be notified when my next video goes live. And did you know that I sell the products that I use each week in my videos? I have 2 online stores, one in the US and one in parts of Europe. I'll leave a link to each of my stores in the description box under this video, so why not check them out? Now, let's get going on that Happy Hedgehogs surprise. Here's the Happy Hedgehog stamp set with its adorable hedgehogs, flowers, butterflies, a forest mushroom, and a cute bird holding a flower. The sentiments in this set are perfect to thank someone for their kindness and friendship. Now, I don't know if you know this, but you have the option to purchase the stamp set separately, or you can bundle it with the hedgehog punch, which makes for really quick and easy card making. Now, the Daffodil Afternoon patterns, let me pull over the Designer Series paper. The patterns in this paper offer you soft spring blossoms with daisies, poppies, and daffodils. Now the paper also includes larger blossoms so that you can fussy cut these and other elements in this paper to create elements for your cards or repeating patterns for card fronts or layers. I think the jewel tones in the paper will take your card making to a whole new level of sophistication. This Designer Series paper was designed to coordinate with the Daffodil Daydream bundle, but for today's project, I'm going to step outside of that box and use the paper along with my Happy Hedgehog stamp set to create a really fun surprise window card element. Now, I did say that in the introduction that you can earn this paper for free, and let me show you how. Until the end of this month, February 2022, Stampin' Up! Has their largest promotion of the year. It's called Celebration. I will link to this little catalog in the description box below so that you can have a look at it. But basically, with Celebration, for every $50 purchase, or if you live in Europe, parts of Europe, 60 euros, you can choose one of the products in this catalog for free. And the Daffodil Afternoon Designer Series paper is one of your options that you can earn for free. Here it is here on page 4, along with some really fun sample ideas that give you other card ideas that you can try at home. I'm going to start off by creating an element for the front of my card using some basic black cardstock. I have 2 of the circles from the Layering Circles dies, and I'm going to combine them together to create an element for the front of my card. So I've got my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I'm going to lay my circles on this piece of basic black, one inside the other, and I'm going to run them through together to create this circle element. What is a little bit different though is I am actually going to discard this circle, use it on another project of course, and I'm going to use the frame that I created by layering these 2 together and running them through at the same time. So this is what I'm going to use on my card front. But I'm also now going to take this plain circle, not the scalloped one, and I'm going to use it next. Before, though, I can die cut this circle, I need to get some other bits of this card ready. My card base is going to be pale papaya. That is not a color that I use very often, but it is one of the colors in the Daffodil Afternoon designer series paper, so I thought, why not use it? And then I'm going to attach to the card base this layer of the Daffodil Afternoon designer series paper, which does have that pale papaya color in it. So I'm going to start off by adhering this paper to my card base. And I'm going to use a fair bit of adhesive because I want this stuck down really tightly to my card base, because next, there we go, I'm going to bring back in this circle and I'm going to die cut the circle through both layers of the card front. So I'm going to open it up. I'm going to bring back in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I'm going to get everything organized here. And I'm going to die cut kind of at the center of my card, maybe a little bit more towards the top. And then I'm going to run this through my machine. And then I'm going to run it back because I am cutting through 2 layers of paper. And there we go. I have a window cut out of the front of my card. Now the next thing I want to do is bring in that scallop circle that we die cut a few minutes ago, and I'm going to adhere that down next. I'm going to use my mono liquid glue, and I'm going to add a little line of glue on the back of the scallop layer, and then I'm going to lay it down carefully on my card front like so. Here's how we're going to create the fun surprise for the inside of this card. I have a layer of basic white, and it's almost like putting a card inside a card. I want to decorate this layer, however, before I put it on the inside of my card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just not adhere it, but lay it in the way it's going to be when I finally do add some adhesive. I'm going to close up my card gently, and then I've got a pencil, and what I want to do is just outline, using my pencil, the window so that I can now add some details and some fun colors to this layer using my Happy Hedgehog stamp set. So as I go along, you'll see how this is going to work, and then when I attach these 2 pieces together, you'll see the fun surprise inside. As you can see, I've brought in a scrap piece of grid paper. That's important, and you'll see why in a minute. And what I'm going to do is concentrate on decorating the front part of this layer that I'm going to use on the inside of my card. I'm going to use the flower image, and I'm going to use the bird image. I'm going to ink each one up with Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I'm going to start with the larger of the 2, which is the flower image. So I'll ink that up. And because it is a large image, I'm going to press my ink pad down on top of it so that I ensure I have full coverage of ink. Then I am going to stamp it down like so. So part of it will show on the window or inside the window, and part of it will not. That's the importance of having that circle that we drew with the pencil so that I know what's going to show through the window and what is not. So next I'm going to use the same ink. I'm going to ink up the bird, and I'm going to stamp him down or her down, maybe like so. Really cute. The next thing I want to do is bring in several colors of my Stampin' Blends, and I want to color the images that I've just stamped using the Tuxedo black ink. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll be back in a minute and I'll show you what we do next. There we go. I'm very happy with how this has turned out. I think it's nice and colorful and very pleasant to look at. I'm going to open it up, and now you can see that the Stampin' Blends has leaked through the layer, which is why I used my grid paper, and I'll show you how we'll cover that up in a minute. But what I want to work on next is the inside of this layer. So I have one of the phrases from the Happy Hedgehog stamp set, and it says, "It's so nice of you to be nice." And I'm going to ink it up using cinnamon cider. That's one of the colors I used on the coloring that I did just a minute ago. I'm going to ink it up, and I'm going to stamp it down like so. And then I have two other images. I have got this little mushroom. I think that's super cute. And so I am going to add this element to the inside as well, and I'm going to put it down here. And then I have one of the hedgehogs, and I thought I would add him as well. And there we go. We have this cute little forest scene that is sort of underway. Now, what I'm going to do is bring back in my Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to color these images, and I'll come back and show you what we do next. And there we go. I have them colored, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. I think they're super cute. Now, let's deal with this leakage that has come through. I have an additional piece of the same designer series paper, and what I'm going to do is attach that to the inside of this card layer, and that will cover up the leakage that came through from the front side. So I'll do that using my adhesive. And that will take care of that sort of unsightly detail, like so. And now it's time to attach this to my card front. But what I'm going to do is I'm only going to close this up and adhere the back of this to the inside of the card. So let me show you how it's going to look. I'll add my adhesive. And then I'm going to layer it like so. Now you see that I still have that sort of pencil line that's showing through. So I am going to just take an eraser. It's more of a higher quality eraser that doesn't leave any smudges or black marks like some of the cheaper ones do. And I'm going to erase that line so that you can't even see it. So now let's have a look at the card when it's done. And here we go. Here is the Happy Hedgehogs window card with a surprise, all done. If you would like a complete listing of the supplies that I used and the measurements for all of the layers, along with the product ordering numbers in case you want to earn this paper for free and add the Happy Hedgehogs bundle to your collection, I'll leave a link over to my blog article in the description box under this video. If you link over to my article, you'll get all the information you need to make this card at home. Would you like to see another Happy Hedgehogs card idea? Then watch this video next. I'm Terry. I'm nuts about stamping. I hope you'll try this window card with a surprise idea someday soon. Bye for now.